Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?
Hey guys, good morning and welcome to another episode of West Breakfast. Was so glad you could join us today. As always, we bring you thought-provoking conversations and meaningful discussions to start off your morning right. You're free to share your thoughts and engage us as we explore today's topic. My name is Omotoshola Sharimake, and you are welcome to the show. And of course, with me, I'm not riding solo. I'm riding with my ladies. Hello, ladies. Hello, lady in red.
Hello.
Lady in black. Hi, ladies.
I know what God's beauty wants to say.
I saw it. Swallow it. I don't want to hear it.
This Friday is coming with a different vibe.
Hey.
Guys.
No, but I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait
Something
to see
soft
more
for
of
Friday. Hey, guys. It's not bad, you know.
We're not saying this.
the
It
mirror
is not
that
a
you
you.
know.
It is not
Guys,
a you at
stop
all.
it. Let's
But
stop it.
it was okay.
Yeah. Stuff like that. How are you ladies doing? It's Friday, is the weekend. I mean, this week was the fastest I've ever seen. Like,
Fastest.
it was like, let's skip to the good part, and the Friday was there.
I'm so pumped up for the weekend, honestly. And I think I want to make good use of my time this weekend. Because sometimes, because you think the weekend is 3 days, it can just go before you. Like we call it 2 minutes, and then
Yeah.
Monday is here. And whatever you wanted to achieve, if you're not very intentional, you might not achieve it. So this
Yeah.
weekend, time management on Pro Max, because I need to hit my goals.
That's very demure.
I love it. It's not very demure. Well, for me, I really don't know what the weekend is looking like, honestly. I feel like this weekend is just... I feel like I have a lot of things to do on my table. Do you get what I'm saying? So I need to clear up. And when I say, like, I feel like there are a lot of... There are a lot of things that I need to do, actually. And I don't think it's something that is within my power, right? But at the same time, I just feel like I need to do
them
Yeah,
regardless.
I don't think I have much. I like to get my hair done. Okay, not like hair, like cornrows. Because I said like I'm going to a proper salon to get my hair done today.
So
and
self-care.
then- No, not self-care. Because
Hair is not like self-care. It's also self-care.
It's
At least you will resume on Monday looking
Again,
like...
it depends on the person making the hair. When I used to make my hair, my hairdresser then, she used to, before she makes the hair, there's this massage that she does to the hair. So it makes you feel relaxed.
That's your money speaking.
I don't
Listen,
think
that's
I
my
will
money
go through that
speaking.
route. But then it's the weekend. I'm
Again, you can
excited.
teach them too, because it's very important that you massage your hair. Like, it helps with your hair growth,
Scalp.
actually.
Why is services?
Okay.
If you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV, click the subscribe button now, like and share the link to family and friends. Today, Friday, is one of my favorite parts of the show because we are always discussing innovative ideas. We're talking about the tech world, we're talking about artificial intelligence, we're talking about innovations, and today is also going through that same route. Today, we will be discussing tips for transitioning into the tech industry. Please call that person that wants to go into tech now to come and join the show. Stay with us. We'll be back after this short break. We'll bring to you headlines across the globe. Please be on standby. glad to have you join us. It's still Waste Breakfast. Hashtag what are you saying? And now we are going straight to headlines across the globe. Today we have the Guardian newspaper, we have the Punch newspaper, and of course the New York Times. So we discuss Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. So today from the page of the Guardian newspaper, we are starting with Edo election, which says Edo Guba, fragile peace deal stokes insecurity, apathy fears. Right under it, there's this story that reads, PSC bars police officers from investigating land and marital matters. Protesters demand release of detained PDP members in Edo State. Flooding. Allowed dam repairs cost 762 million naira in 12 years, 26 million naira before collapse. Another one reads, hackers intensify attacks on educational institutions from ransom, says report. CUPP to Tinubu, you've lost touch with reality. That's true, though. Foreign patronage in equity dips by 73% in 8 years. That's from the business world. Obtaining the Nigerian passport without tears. This is an editorial. And the final story reads, bandits block Zamfara highway, abduct travelers, kill soldiers. Let's take a look at the Punch newspaper.
All right, the major headline. Edo governorship polls, opposition fears violence as PDP shuns peace accord. And INEC distributes final batch of PVCs today as polls holds next Saturday. Abdulsalam panel sues for peace. Above the major headline, we see NNPC and Dangote eye crude sale, product buyback deal. NNPC team to monitor production at refinery. Tinubu governors Obasanjo mourns as Owa Obokun joins his ancestors. And PDP governors lose as the NWC hands Wike reverse control. Blind mothers missing kids found in Lagos after 10-month search. Recapitalization. Manufacturers, SMEs struggles as banks take over capital markets. It's the weekend, and of course, from the beginning of this week and for some weeks now, it's all about the fuel saga, the fuel story. So it would just be good to go through some of the latest news that we have concerning fuel, crude oil, Dangote refinery. So the NNPC and the Dangote Petroleum Refinery are wrapping up discussions on crude oil sales by NNPC to the Dangote Refinery in Naira and the buyback of refined petroleum products from the $20 billion plant in Naira. And Dangote officially also revealed that oil marketers had continued to boycott the diesel and aviation fuel produced by the Lekki-based plant, stressing that they had also reported the refinery to President Bola Tinubu and that the plant's low-priced diesel was counterproductive to oil marketers' businesses. Edwin further revealed that NNPC had demanded to oversee the production of refined products at the Dangote refinery based on the fact that the National Oil Company would supply crude to the plant. And in August, it was disclosed by the federal government that the sales of crude oil to Dangote refinery and other local refineries will commence October 1st, 2024. Pardon me. So the latest news concerning the whole fuel story and the refinery, which everybody has been waiting to see, the outcome of it is Dangote is willing. When I read the story, like you can go to the Punch website and check the full details of the story. Dangote is willing to sell at Naira, and he explained that even though it's going to be at a bit of loss for him, but it's to strengthen and help the economy because selling in dollars or doing the transaction with the dollar can be more strenuous. And it's also looking like the NNPC would still oversee this to some certain extent, and it's going to pass through them and all of that. So that's the latest news from the Dangote refinery and the oil saga. You can check the full details on the Punch website.
Thank you. Let's take a look at the New York Times.
I just hope that with all this English that you've spoken now, that, the price, because the truth is what we really care about is the price of the fuel per liter. We really don't care about whatever opinion.
Price comes down to what you want. One day it will skyrocket again.
I don't think we need cho like
exactly. Just show working.
Let's see the working.
I mean,
have you forgotten your math teacher will tell you he's not concerned about the final answer, but how you got to it.
What are we doing with the math solutions now? What are we doing with the square x minus x, find x, find x,
very
y.
important.
It's
process. We need that process to understand what the final answer is.
Because that's the problem with this country. We keep finding what has actually not been lost at all. All right, let's quickly go over to the New York Times international space because, I mean, these African people, they be stressing me a lot. All right, so the New York Times, well, the writer of the newspaper we have, to Trump, United States is failing. To Harris, there is hope. Debate lays out rivals clashing visions. Then beneath that, black students enter Harvard at lower rate. Next to that, by the left side, we have a tireless quest for maximizing sweet dreams. Next to that, ranchers' tree ambition cost utter taxpayers. Next to that as well, which is the last headline on the newspaper, has a playground for criminals and extremists. So the headline I want to quickly touch on is the one that says, to Trump, United States is failing. To Harris, there is hope. A debate lay out rivals clashing visions. So in the recent debate, Donald Trump portrayed the United States as a failing nation mired in chaos and economic collapse, blaming the current leadership for a deteriorating state of affairs. In contrast, Kamala Harris offered a vision of hope and renewal, emphasizing the need to move beyond the turmoil for the Trump era and seek fresh, positive leadership. The debate highlighted their clashing visions. Trump focused on anger and discontent versus Harris' appeal to exhaustion and desire for progress, right? I feel like with this debate, we already know who has a better vision for the United States. To me, actually, because I feel like you don't agree. But I mean, look at what you were waiting for what the New York Times will say.
Yeah.
And according to the New York Times now, we can come up with the fact. I mean, what they believe and happened in the debate is that when it comes to Trump, he's just focusing on the fact that the United States is failing, right, economic-wise and I mean socially and all of that. Yeah. But he's yet, according to the New York Times, he's yet to state out what the solution ground will be. Just yesterday, we were talking about the tariff. I mean, from what the New York Times has been posing out for, you will see that there's really no good impact to what Trump has been saying over time. Because yesterday, if you're saying that we should bring in or we should put in a bigger tariff to a particular commodity, how would an average United States citizen buy that particular product? And you say if you increase the price of this product, it will help the economy. Forgetting that, it's these people that are actually bringing in the money that would actually impact on the economy, right? But look at Harris here focusing on how to make the country progress. And I'm just wondering in my head, how would you say Trump is a better fit?
Not to sound gender biased, right? I feel like we females are better when it comes to leadership position. Not to sound gender biased again.
And then
we are better money or economic finance. I don't know how to use that exact word, but when it comes to finance, economy, budgeting, analysis, I think we are good at that. That's our strength and not our weakness.
In fact, I know we should not drag this story a lot, but I just want to let you know something with the whole political stuff.
Tell me.
It's a political thing.
Definitely.
When Kamala Harris would definitely say that because she's currently on seats, she's currently in power, so her administration is at stake. You would not expect her to now say the economy is failing or not. It's somebody that wants to take over that economy that will be emphasizing what is already wrong so that they can paint it in a certain light. And of course, the New York Times has given us their version of their total summary of what they think the debate was. But if you really watch that debate, you would see some other perspectives that are not really coming to light, in my opinion.
So basically, by following to Todd, Kamala Harris is the president on this table, not in the United States.
Donald Trump on this table.
Only you is voting for him.
The president. I'm pro-woman. I'm pro-women leadership.
Let's not fight over this because, I mean, by November 5th, right? November 5th.
Just the date my birthday.
52. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can't
wait.
The good plenty
news.
Cake. Hallelujah.
Don't concentrate on your nation. We're going to United States.
Break. Let's take this break and we'll bring it back. Our guest, he joins us virtually and we'll be having this very serious conversation. It's another time for you to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Please stay with us. Be back. Energy fee. You're welcome back to the show and thank you for staying with us. Today we're talking about tips for transitioning into the tech industry. We're going to explore the key steps you're going to take to successfully enter the tech industry, the skills needed because tech right now is in high demand. And we're also going to talk about the practical tips for navigating this shift. We'll also talk about the challenges you might face and how to overcome all of them. As always on Friday, we are not always alone. We are joined today by a multifaceted entrepreneur. He runs a successful brand and he recently ventured into an e-learning space for funding a skill development platform. We are so excited to have you share us your insights on everything relating to what we're talking about today. He goes by the name Olumide Adeyemi. Good morning to you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning.
Thank you. First, I like to say that this man is someone I like to follow on social media because his post recently has been very, very educative. I mean, I learned recently that you don't accept all cookie you see on every website. When you go to a website, accept cookie or reject all. And it did not just talk about why you should accept or reject. It told us, like, if you accept it, these are the following things that might happen. You might give them access to monitor your phone, your device. And I was like, oh, wow, this is so... I had to share it to like 3 of my friends, and they all said the same thing. So this is why we are tapping into this wealth of knowledge. Thank you very much for joining us once again. So first, we need you to please give us tips on how to use our device, like you've been sharing on social media space. Please share it for us here.
All right, thank you so much. My name is Olumide. I'm a technical exam, and also I teach people so many things about tech, so many things about the devices. So just shortly, if you're making use of a phone, there are so many things double track whenever we're browsing on our phone, and that's why you see that most of the time, and the kind of adverts you see, they don't miss your passion, they don't miss your interest. You'll be wondering, how did they know I need this thing? How did they know I like this thing? So that's because the internet is always tracking all our activity. So like she said about the cookies, most of the time they use these cookies to know what we like, to use these cookies to learn about what we touch all the time. And using our devices also, it's always okay if we are always browsing on things that are educating in our line. So that most of the ads you see, or most of the opportunities you see, there'll be opportunities that are targeted to you. For instance, just last 2 weeks, I saw an opportunity about the grants. And that's because I've always been following some EdTech startup. I've been following some grant opportunities. I've been following some pitch opportunities. You understand? So those kind of things will be targeted to you. So you don't start seeing ads that are not even enriching your intelligence at all.
All right, so now our topic for today is tips on how to transition into the tech world. And the first thing I like to ask is, what are those first steps someone should take while trying to transition into the tech industry? And then we've been talking about it on this show, tech analysis, branding, coding, this, that. We want to understand, okay, where's the first step to start from? To even understand that, okay, not every tech expert have to code. Not every tech expert have to do analysis. What are the first steps, basically?
All right. So, most people mentality about tech is coding. But I can tell you that we have the tech is in 2 ways. We have the non-coding tech and then we have the coding tech aspect. And the funny thing is that even those that do the non-coding tech, they even make more money. They have more career paths. Some are compared to those that are into the coding area. So that's to tell you that you don't have to be scared whenever you're coming to tech, because I know that's the first fear. When you see some lines of code on your friend who's a programmer, you see some lines of code on his laptop, you feel like, oh my God, how am I going to learn this thing? So we have the tech part, we have the coding tech part, we have the non-coding tech part. But first of all, before you even dive into any of these interests, you have to check out what's your passion. You check out your ability. You can also check out your career background or your educational background. For instance, if I'm someone who studies something related to health, there is always a tech skill that is related to whatever thing you have studied. There's always a tech skill that's related to your passion. There's always a tech skill that's related to your interest. So if I'm coming from an health background, we have some project managers who have niched down into health. Whenever they want to carry out any tech activity, any health activity, you see them use a lot of gadgets, you see them use a lot of skills, you see them use a lot of online tools, a lot of tech tools to carry out these things. We have data analysis who are into tech, majorly into tech. Then let's assume you're the kind of person who likes to be creative. We have graphic design for you. We have product design as a skill that you can learn. If you're someone who likes to be innovative, we have you can learn more on programming languages. You can learn more of the JavaScript languages, learn more of the Python, learn about PHP and all that. So it all boils down to your interest or your passion or your educational background. So that will make you first of all choose which area you want to go into. Because if you have someone that doesn't like anything creative and then you are into graphic design, you'll find yourself struggling because it won't even be interesting to you. You understand? If there's someone that likes if there's someone who likes anything else, you see yourself diving into programming, you find it very difficult and not interesting to you. But whenever you choose a skill that is related to your passion or a skill that is related to your educational background, you find it very easy to try. So those are the first steps you need to take.
All right, thank you very much. I'm really glad you ended on that note because the question I really had in plan or in mind to ask you is related to, career interests and the tech space. Because we know that currently tech is taking over the world, and somebody said that tech has come to stay. And if you're looking at the economy and you want to have, a stable source of income, you're thinking of relevant professional, landscape to start considering, and that's where tech now comes in question. But of course, unlike other kinds of career, like the 9-to-5s, even in universities or when you take some, what's it called now, some tests in the offices, there's always the placements that happens that really help people thrive better in whatever sector they find themselves. For example, there are things called career interest inventory, where you can take tests and know what best fits your background and your interest. Because many times, background and interest can vary. You could have a background in accounting and your interest lies in the media. So there can be that kind of conflict. And then you want to transition into tech. So at a point, I feel like people can get overwhelmed with actually knowing what best fits them. So you've mentioned that in transitioning, it's good to take note of your interests, take note of what you like and all of that. But how best can we actually identify, the kind of tech career that best fits our interests? Not just guessing, because, human beings, our emotions are very fickle. You can think you like this today and then tomorrow you like this. And if there's no proper structure on how to really test this thing, you might end up in something you think you like, but eventually get frustrated by the way. So is there like a step-to-step, process or plan or test that is being done to help you identify what tech career best fits your background and interests?
All right. A lot of people are always having this conflict of, okay, I studied this, but I like this. So which one among these two should I even go for? That as human as we are, there are things that, whether being an educational career or being interest, there is always that thing that excites you whenever you're doing it. That's always that thing. For instance, if you tell me to start reading anything outside tech, I studied it was never interesting. And those times I was in school, I was always sneaking out of the class, doing something.
Well, I guess we have a little bit of network issue. It was trying to talk about, I think he studied computer engineering or something. It was always sneaking out of the class or something. Well, I wait him to come back, but till then, tech is something that we have no choice but to accept. And it's something that, honestly, it's either going to be a side job for you, maybe a full-time job. I think it even pays more. But now we're not trying to understand which type of tech do we go into. Yeah. How do I identify the type of tech I will be interested in? Like Oluchi said, I'll be interested in, okay, I want to do tech. Do I just meet any random guy online? So, okay, I want to do tech. What type of tech? Or do I just have to pay money and learn tech in 3 months, 100K? Early bird, 92K, late comers, 100K. I really need to understand what the tech world really entails and how to learn. Because if I'm going to go into tech, I feel like I want to go into branding. I want to go into PR, yeah.
It's PR in
it's
tech.
PR in tech. But branding is also a form of PR.
Yeah.
But that'll be the likes of UI, UX design, be the likes of motion graphics and all of that. Mr. Olumide, are you back with us? All right. So now let's throw this question out because we still have to discuss it while we are with our guests.
Yeah.
When you hear the word tech, let's just okay, yes, we are unconsciously entering into the tech world. What field of tech would you like to transition into?
Anyone that would not require me to, do a lot of technical things. I know it's tech, and the word is not saying doing technical things is already sounding like, do you really want to go into this profession? And I think that's what, if I say, discouraged me, because I know at a point in my life there were opportunities and avenues. The tech space, the way the thing even, what's the word, like spread to the whole society is almost like a pressure thing. I mean, in uni then, I think after one strike period, people came back, people were learning different UI, UX, project management, product design. And you're wondering, where is my own place in all of this?
How do I belong?
How do I belong? So thankfully, we've had like conferences and, seminars that will let you know that tech is not all about the coding, the analysis, the data stuff. But even at that, the ones that are now looking like it's not all about that, like project management and product design, I still do not see myself in it. I don't know why. I feel like the structure in the tech space has not been so clear to me to now want to know what to venture into.
I think that's what it is for me too. The fact that we don't even know from where to where is the tech thing. The thing is, I just like the fact that tech is now on almost everything. When it comes to the medical sector, there's tech in it. When it comes to this, there's tech in it. When it comes to that, there's tech in it. What I would just say is, I think I love this whole social media marketing, whatever. I don't know if that's part of tech. That's
just
into
like
tech.
it.
Oh, you mean, do you know that you can tap your phone twice and screenshot? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I think she's referring to something else.
Social media marketing. Everything that has to do with copywriting, all of those things. Like when it comes project marketing now, I want to understand that particular. I was speaking to someone, right? So I love the fact that I'm a screenwriter. I love the fact that I'm a script writer and all of that. But I want to also go into like marketing in general. When it comes now to project, when it comes to the SEO, everything on copywriting, everything on that particular channel. I want to go study on that. Yeah. So I think that's the next course that I'm working on.
I think for me, I would like to be all those. Do you know that you can actually do this thing online? Let me teach you. You don't know, you like Miss Techie and all those tech bros online. Because I always learn something new from them, and I love the fact that you can always learn something new from them.
One thing I love about the tech space, even though sometimes it can look a bit overwhelming, is how tech has been infiltrated into every sector. On this show, we've had people in educational technology speak to us, in agriculture,
I just cannot
in
take that
health technology. And I think those three, I can remember one of the health tech person that came to our show, and it was so enlightening, the ed tech and all. So
I think our guest is back. Mr. Olumide, are you back? Okay, I think we're having a little bit of network issues.
All right.
Yeah. So you were saying something?
Yes, the fact that it can be infiltrated into everything. So maybe in answering that my question, I don't know if it's possible to find tech in what you're presently doing, if it's possible. But the reason why I think a lot of people get into tech these days is the income that comes out of it. I mean, when you start hearing that somebody's earning in dollars, they got one work online and they're paying them in dollars, you'd almost want to
That's why I want to go into
relegate your present job and let me just learn one or two things in 6 months and somebody will be paying me $2,000. I honestly feel like that's not even the best of motivation to get into a career path, because he's already giving the hint that this is not going to be sustainable.
But it can be collabo.
It's like collabo.
Yes, now you love the money, you also have the career, so it makes sense when your career pays you.
True.
Yes, that's the best good job you can get.
True.
Yeah. So
for me, I think over time, I've just learned to do things that I'm passionate about. Anything that has to do with writing, just count me in. So this whole SEO, I'm actually working on, like, getting. It's short, I've already started. So I think in a few weeks, I should start a class.
To be anything that comes to teaching, do you know that by tapping your screen 2 times, you can screenshot?
Educational technology.
No, I mean, I love
This is
teaching,
educational
but I don't
technology.
think I love
That's what
teaching
ICT is
too
there
much,
for.
too much. I just love to just be there and not be there. I don't know. I feel like I don't like to play in that sector of a full-time teacher, but a full-time lecturer. I like it
No,
to be part-time.
I love teaching too, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I love impacting on people, but just impact on myself first.
Okay. We're still speaking tech. And the question I would have loved to ask our guest next is there any skill or qualification needed for tech?
There will
That's
definitely be.
definitely.
Aside getting a system, do we need like a BSc in computer?
I think there is actually there is in all of those things. I think there
Maybe
is actually.
qualifications online. You
That'll be
probably
skills.
That's
training.
online.
That'll be skill
That's-
set.
Yes,
that's
but
online, actually.
qualification like BSc,
That's
I
online,
don't
actually.
think so.
That's true. That's
So
I
there
mean,
will
there are
not
people
be-
in the tech
even in-
space that did not study anything related to computer and they're doing
Yeah.
great in their career. So I don't think that's needed.
Well, I know the world is transitioning into where most of these traditional jobs will be going. So a lot of people, I feel like we should focus more on these online courses than even the one in schools, right? Because tech is here to stay, and the better we pursue it as it's going, the better for us. Because if you there where they do say, oh, I want to study law, or I'm not saying those things are bad, though. But I'm just saying, in as much as you are following that career path, also ensure that you are literally on this other tech world as well. Because I mean, this tech is here to stay, and if as time goes on, most of these things will be gone. So if you don't pursue it as it goes, you probably will just be left,
Yeah,
left
that's someone said that
behind or
to
something.
stay relevant in this world is
Yeah.
to know what's trending.
What's
and
trending
be
and pursue it.
abreast with
Me, I
it.
don't start already.
Don't, don't be so caught up from what's happening. in
What's
society.
happening? Yeah, I guess this is where we have to take a break. We'll be right back after this break. Please stay with us. We're back shortly. Thank you very much for joining us. It's still our Tech Friday, and we are still having a conversation around transitioning tips into the tech world. Yes, we're joined back by our guest, Mr. Olumide. We sincerely apologize for the network being network. Thank you very much for joining us once again. All right. Okay. So now we are going to sit. We are waiting for him to join us, but his audio is a little bit bad. So now, what do we think are the common challenges that they oftentimes face in the tech world?
To be honest, yeah, I wanted to ask him something around networking. Right? I feel like this is an issue that even the gig economy itself, they have issues on. Because, I mean, imagine I'm a product designer or a graphic designer, and I just have only people around me. How do I connect to other people? I think that's where now branding personal branding, business branding now comes in. Do you get what I'm saying? Because, I mean, like I said, I just finished studying a part. Okay, use me, for example. I'm a script writer, right? How do I speak to other people?
Yourself in public today. You have to write.
There's no how we are not sending you invoice right after
You need
this
to
show.
write us some script at this point.
But honestly, yeah, even though I have like few people that I've been working with over the years, right? That's why I feel like that's why I really don't blow my trumpet out that, oh, I'm a script writer. I feel like it's something I started doing of recent, right? And I spoke to someone like a few days ago. This person is actually like top me. Do you get? She's been writing script for like the longest of time now. And having to speak with her, in my head, when I'm speaking to her, I'm like, see, I have difficulty in having to network because I just have few persons. I like these people are just people I work with like every time, right? And those are the only money I actually make from script writing. But how do I now meet other people? That's where she now said, okay, you need to go and take another course. You need to go to school. So this place that I'm going to now is a physical school that I'll be able to relate. Actors always come there. So that way, I'm able to push my brand and say, oh, I do this, so apart from what I do. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like it's an issue that these graphic designers and all of these people have, like, they have issues on. Because it's one thing to study a skill. It's another thing to now start making money from it.
The skill.
So what is the need of studying that skill if I don't even have an idea on how to start making money? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I feel like that's one big issue why a lot of people don't even want to go into tech at all. They're like, okay, you know what? Let's just hands up first until I'm able to know that, okay, this is what and what I can do, or these are the people that I can sell to. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, I started script writing for the longest of time now. It's not until I met this, like, two persons I'm working for before I not like I start believing that, oh yes, I can actually make money off this thing I actually just learned. Do you get what I'm saying? So now that I have these two persons, I'm still struggling to like meet other persons that I can network or I can speak to that would help me, you know, push the brand further. So I feel like that's just one issue.
But you know what I believe? I think the issue of networking when it comes to the tech career has been solved in a way, at least in recent times.
Social media?
Yes, and not just social media, but events and campaigns. The tech space is one space that I know that even though a lot of things are done online, we're working together, they are very heavy on community building. I'm very serious. I've seen a whole lot of them. So that community building is a very key thing in every tech industry. That's why even when they have hybrid and remote working options, they always have times and periods where they come together for campaigns, for meetings, for, even if it's a training to train newbies and all. So networking is already getting better. And like I would always say, tech is a career, and you should treat a career the way careers should be treated. You should treat it with long-term in view. Long-term in view would have to, be... If you are going to do anything long-term, you're going to be heavy on the human resource, right? So the people that you're building with. So community building is what will really help people have a stronger landing and, have their feet planted better in the tech space. I wanted to also talk about mentorship because I don't want us to talk about...
Before you talk about mentorship, it was on social media recently that no person, no human being, no individual will be earning $10,000 in a week or in a month, like they claim, and tell you to come and pay $20K to come and learn how they are making the money. That $20K you are paying is their own job. What do you think about it? True or false? Or
maybe like that's a normal Nigerian kind of thing. But that doesn't mean they're not making money.
I think
so. Because I say, oh, I can teach script writing, screenwriter, I'm screenwriting and all of these things. Pay me $10,000. It doesn't mean I don't have people that I'm working for. I have two people that pay me very well almost every month. Do you get what I'm saying? I have people that pay me very well almost every month. So because of I feel like it's just me sharing my knowledge.
I feel like it's two things. Number one, that is your own part-time job that you do not want to accept as your part-time job.
But it's not just tech space. Have you noticed?
It's not
everybody that has a skill to offer. These days, they are selling courses online.
For publicity. For publicity.
It's also a way of generating
I don't want to mention this in the media
field.
There was a time Gloria Olufeko did. I'm not talking about the bar, so I can mention her name. She did free class online, out to event 101 or something. After everybody registered for the class and joined, the next thing she said, oh, she used this thing to do free PR, and then now she wants us to buy the book. So which means it's two things. Is it that, yes, you're hosting events, you are making money in dollars truly, but then you also need a part-time income, which is I can be making money from events. I know it does not come steadily, but I can still be making money from you that want to learn how to do tech. Joan, you just bring your 20K, bring your own 30K, and 20K, 20K, 20K from 2, 3 people. All right. Mr. Olumide was so sorry. Are you back with us now?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
I'm so sorry. All right. So we've said a lot of things behind your back. So now, from now to the end of the show, you have the floor. So, Oluchi, you were asking a question, right?
Yes, I did ask a question about how best we can identify the tech background that the tech space that best fits us based on our background and interest. So the conversation was around that area.
Okay, so you can come again. I didn't get you.
All right, so I was saying that we were discussing identifying the best tech career that fits you, and we know that we have to consider our background and our interest. So I want you to practically help us, more like give us a guide on how to identify the best tech career path, that is fit for us based on our background and our interests.
Okay. All right. So let's take a look at so many educational backgrounds. For instance, I talked about accounting. So I said when you look at accounting educational career, what kind of tech skill can you learn that suits that? You have one data entry. You have so many softwares that you can also pick up to do your accounting stuff. You have for instance, you have Zoom, you have history, you have new learning sage. You understand? Then if let's say you're someone into for someone into media like you guys, you can pick up copywriting. That's a very, very good one. You can pick up digital marketing whereby you help in writing emails, help in writing newsletters. You can also pick up technical writing. So you can narrow down your media skill, maybe into tech media. Today we have a lot of tech blogs that are big in the industry. We have tech points, we have tech about, we have tech news. You understand? So these people are tech journalists. They have tech
to
media
cut
guys.
into your
You understand now?
Mr. Olumide, I'm so sorry to cut into your train of thought. We have a little bit of audio issues. I think if you are using like an AirPod or a listening device, I think you should remove it so we can hear you clearly.
Okay, is it better now?
Oh, yes, I think it's a lot better. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Is it better now?
Oh, yes, way better now. Thank you.
Okay, so like I was saying, so it depends on the educational background you are into. So all you have to do is to do research on the skill. Do research on what tech skill works for my educational background. What tech skill works for what I'm doing. What tech skill works for my career. You understand? So like I include some examples. I said if you're into media, just like you people here, we have what we call copywriting. Copywriting is a very good skill. We have technical writing, we have tech journalists, and like I said, if you look now, tech blogs are now making a lot of big impacts in the media industry. So now we have tech points, we have tech about, we have tech nest, and these are things that nobody has ever thought that that could be something like tech news, that could be something like tech blog in trend. You understand? So all you have to do is look at your educational background, look at your interests, and then maybe you can consult people like us who are very, very versatile with a lot of tech courses, and then we narrow it down to your niche and tell you how you can start.
Interesting.
All right, honestly, you've just called one one tech course that I'm actually going for pretty soon, and I feel like it's going to be a lot because I mean having to see the technicality in it, but we will strive, we'll keep pushing, all right? Now, this takes me back to my question. The fact that I want to study copywriting, the fact that I want to go into it, what happens to, after I'm done with this course, how do I get customers? How do I get clients, right? Because it's one thing to study something, it's another thing to start making money off it. So is there a community that you guys, that help with this whole thing, that helps with, getting clients, or what exactly do you do, that have made you strive over the years that, oh, I've been making money, or you'll be hearing the billions and millions and trillions and dollars you guys are making. So honestly, I'm just wondering, because again, let me give you this this simple example, right? I'm a script writer for how many years now? I think 3 years going down, right? And I've been working with just 2 clients, although they are more like my permanent client by God's grace, right? But I really have other people once in a while, once in a blue moon. Do you get? So I don't know exactly what to do. Do I have? I mean, how many followers do I even have on my social media that I'll go and do what Mira is saying? What did you say?
No, like what my coach used to tell me. He said your number of followers is not what determines your success.
Oh,
you understand?
Okay.
I don't have up to 600 followers, and Mira got me on Instagram. Last week, someone sent me a DM. Someone sent me a DM last week. I was like, oh, I want to transition into tech. Is there any tech course you can take me privately? And I've not even started doing much on Instagram. So I think the first thing is how you position yourself, making people know that this is what you do. Like I used to tell my students, I build websites for clients, and since I've started building websites, I've never done ads. I've never advertised that, okay, see, I build websites. Okay, then how do they get to know me? First of all, I started freely. Now you can start running your service for free, but not totally free. In the in-between it, somehow, there is a way you are making the money, but not just much. But to the clients, you're telling them it's free. Because the thing is, you can't be a starter and you expect a company to give you their tax to do. I mean, you want to use my tax to learn work. It's not possible. But then when you meet companies and they're like, okay, this is what I do. I can handle this project for you guys for free, just for you guys to see how good I am. Now, for instance, when I started my web design, the first job I did was for an health agency in Asaba. So I told them, okay, I'll do it for free, but I also told them that, we are going to buy hosting, we're going to buy domain name. So already in my mind, I've added money for hosting and domain name. But I told them, okay, just pay me for hosting, pay me for domain name. I will do the rest. So you can see, it was from that job, my director referred me to another guy who wanted to do his business website, where I now charge, but I didn't overcharge. And then gradually, I started building up. Then secondly, portfolios. I was discussing yesterday with some of my friends when they were in my office, and she said someone told her that, can you send me your portfolio sample? Let me use to bid for a job. And I was like, no. Why don't you build your portfolio? He said, I'm just starting. Now, if you're just starting, there are simple ways you can build your portfolio. For instance, on ALX, ALX offer free tech courses.
Yes.
Now, ALX courses span for 8 weeks. And in that 8 weeks, you are given projects every week, which you have to submit.
Yeah.
Now, if you're doing that project, you are adding it to your Google Drive. True. That means in 8 weeks, you've done 8 projects. I mean, that's a portfolio.
I feel you.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday, my friend said she was less busy, and then she asked ChatGPT. She did a prompt. Please give me a task to do as a virtual assistant. It's that easy. So but most of us, when we start, we're like, this guy said he made $1,000 or working as a freelance. Now that I've started, where's my $1,000? And then, so other platforms you can also explore. We have a lot of freelancing platforms. We have Upwork. We have LinkedIn, and the truth is, they might look saturated, but trust me, there is a job for everybody.
Yes,
there is a job for everybody. As far as you have your good portfolio, you have your good portfolio, you have your profile optimized. So when they look at it, they're not confused. I've seen people's profile whereby we are trying to read, okay, what does this guy do? And we are confused. Are you a copywriter or you are an essay writer? When it comes to writing, there's a difference between journalism writing, technical writing, copywriting, and essay writing. You understand? So exactly. So now, how you position yourself, how you build your profile is what matters, and then engaging yourself on social media. If anybody, those who knows me, they know I do tech. How do they know? I'm always posting things that are tech related. When you call me, I'm stuck in this and that. I'm always rendering services that are tech related. So not today we say that okay, we started a product design course. And then tomorrow we are seeing that we are doing something else again, maybe something so off.
Yeah.
You understand? It gets the guy confused. You get them confused. So it's very easy to make the money as far as you are putting up. One of my coach told me about a sister who learned some product design. And when she finished learning, she was posting her work, asking people to correct the work for free. They were correcting me, why don't you do this here, do this here, do this here? And all of a sudden, someone from Piggyverse just contacted and like, okay, we can see you are trying to build something. Can we meet you? And from there, she got the job.
Oh, wow.
Just as simple as that.
I feel like
you understand? So
are you there?
So it's very easy.
Okay.
Getting the job. Yes, I'm there.
So it means the first thing to do is to consult experts to help you understand the niche in which you will play in. So how do one stay updated with all the latest trends and happening in the tech world right now? Because when we are still at ChatGPT 3.0, some people are already at 4.0, some are already at 4.3 and all of that. So how do we stay updated? Because some of us are millennial in our head. We're trying to move with the Gen Z trend.
Okay, to stay updated, one of the things you have to do is follow tech social media handles, follow tech influencers, read on tech blogs, join communities. You can't tell me you are into tech, and you know one thing about Instagram algorithm is what you love to watch the most is what they show you. Do you understand? Yeah, and that's why most time when my friends take my phone to browse my Instagram, they're always bored. It's like my daughter. She's always like, what's happening here? But to me, if a third person pick my Instagram or my LinkedIn and stroll through my feed, you find it interesting. Why? Because these are the places these are the people I've been following, I've been making comments, I've been contributing one or two things. You understand? So make sure your social media handles are all about tech insights. You're following tech influencers, you're following tech blogs, and then you're joining communities. Communities are very, very important, very, very important. So when you join communities, you tend to network, you tend to meet more people, and they tell you, one of my boys is a graphic designer, and when he came back from school, I told him, I said, see this graphic thing you are doing, the world is moving faster and advancing. Can you start diving into product design since you have idea about graphics? Do you understand? Now we have Canva. So a lot of people can even do that design themselves.
Yes.
I can.
It's so funny. Yeah, that professional templates they can use, and it will look so smart.
Yeah.
And then now what's left of you who are into graphic design? And so I told him you need to upskill. So move to product design straight up. The tools in product design, they look similar to what you're doing on CorelDRAW.
Yeah.
But how did he get this information? Because he's with me. I've added him to a lot of communities, a lot of tech communities where they discuss. I've given him links to join webinars, seminars, conferences, and the likes. So these are the way you can stay on trend with it.
I love it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Olumide. It has been so insightful with these few minutes that we had you back on track.
Yeah.
And of course, we know that the tech space is lucrative, but we cannot take away the fact that people still sometimes get cold feet, and there's the overwhelming nature that could come on someone who wants to transition into tech, especially if they haven't even tried projects or anything and they just want to start. The psychologists or motivational speakers always tell us that the first thing is to start, but sometimes starting is not always as easy. So what advice would you give for a newbie, someone like me, for example, who wants to probably get into tech? What advice can you give for people like us who might feel a bit overwhelmed?
All right. With my experience, first of all, I would, for newbies, meet someone who is professional about it, who knows very well. You know why? What slowed down my tech growth is because I didn't have someone to coach me, so I was doing Jama. So I started with graphics. From graphics, I was like, I think it's web. I moved to web. Even when I got to the web space, there are so many programming languages under web. So I didn't know which one to pick. I remember when I started learning HTML and CSS, and I was using tables to build my website. And one of my boss was like, "Oh, look, don't you know that div is what they use now?" I'm like, is it div again? And then I pick up another YouTube tutorial. I started learning div. So, and then another person makes me like, I haven't heard about WordPress. It's faster. WordPress. I jump again to WordPress. And then another person like, oh no, WordPress does not have career, whatever. So I was just moving around until I was like, no, wait. Let me sit down and narrow down this thing. But by that time, years have gone. You understand? So for a newbie, there's no time to start trying and error and all that. Meet someone who can listen to you, know your interests. You understand? So that when you're starting, you don't start, your journey of starting doesn't look frustrated to you.
Okay.
Then when you're starting, learn to start with the introductory parts. I've seen people who bring their children to my computer school and they're like, I want my child to learn programming. I mean, this is a child that does not even know how to create a folder on the laptop. So I'm like, Mama, why do you rush? Like, I don't know, there's no time, people are making money. I'm like, Isn't that? You understand? This is a newbie coming into the tech industry. I am taking him to teach him programming and doesn't even know how to create a folder. Some of them don't even know how to move a mouse. So when I tell them, why don't you start from the computer? Because it's too elementary.
Yeah.
But as a newbie, learn to start. That's why for every course you will see something like introductory to. So there's always an introductory part to it, and then from there, with patience, you graduate into the complex part of the skill, and before you know it, before getting to the complex part, you're already trending and making building your career.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Olumide. This is the much we can take. We really wish we had you for a longer time, but then we'll bring you back soon to further shed light on the entire tech space for us. Ladies, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Olumide.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me online.
Thank you. Let's do this again next time. Till we come your way again next week, Monday. Stay sharp, stay safe, and also mind your business. Bye for now.